all, my name is Saima. Today I'm going to read out a story to you, Jadav and the Tree Place. Author Vinayak Verma, illustrator Vinayak Verma, published by Pratham Books, Level 3. So let's begin. This is Jadav, a tree planter. He loves tree places because they are full of life. No tree places make him terribly sad because they are full of dead things. Years ago, Jadav was walking along the banks of great Brahmaputra river when he arrived at a big, empty, no tree place. It was hot and dry. The sand was powdery and stripped. Stripped sand? How odd! Jadav went closer to take a better look. Oh, but they weren't stripes at all. The ground was covered with snakes. Last night's floods must have washed them ashore, Jadav thought. These snakes weren't slinking or slithering and swaying about like regular healthy snakes. When Jadav walked among them, they didn't hiss or run away or try to bite him. They just lay about like old ropes, tired and still. Poor snakes. They're dying from the heat. If only they had some shade to lie in. If only this no tree place had some trees in it. Jadav couldn't bear to watch the snakes die. It made him so terribly sad that he sat down and began to cry. But he quickly came to his senses. No more crying from now on, only trying. He jumped up, ran back to his village and began collecting all the bamboo shoots he could carry in his bag. Regular plants won't grow in the hot sand, but bamboo will. Bamboo is strong. Jadav brought the shoots to the no tree place and started planting them everywhere. It was hard, hot work and it took years. The river grew thin one summer and flooded the next, sometimes bringing in more sand and sometimes taking it away. Heavy rains came and went, but Jadav kept on planting. In time, the bamboo took root and began to grow. As it grew, it brought shade, and the shade brought insects. The insects burrowed into the ground, and the earth below the bamboo trees began to change. The dry and white became rich and brown, and the dead sand became living soil. Jadav was no longer sad, but he wasn't happy either. He looked around his bamboo grove and thought, a few tree place is nice, I know, but how wonderful it would be if this were a many tree place. The idea thrilled him. So Jadav went back to his village and began collecting more seeds and saplings. He filled 3 bags with Arjun and Ejar and Gulmohar and Kuroi and Moj and Himolu. Now that our few tree place has lovely brown soil, we can plant all these and more. Jadav brought his new saplings and seeds to the few trees and planted them all around. It was hard work, hurt his back, and it took many years. The orange and blue skies turned purple and pink, and villages became towns. The wind grew laden and dust, and the river became grey. But Jadav's insect friends helped to till the soil, and his tall bamboos gave him shade and cooled the air. And Jadav kept on planting. Soon his Arjun, Ejar and Gulmohar, his Kuroi, Moj and Himolu and all his many other plants dug in, took root and started growing. As they grew, they spread new seeds, and the new seeds in turn took root. Shoots became trunks, trunks grew to branches, and the branches reached for the sky. The few trees place that was once no tree place now became a wonderful green many tree place. But what's a many tree place without many tree creatures? When one came, the others followed. First came the birds. They flocked and flew in from near and far to make their nests in Jadav's tree place. There were vultures and pelicans and storks and ducks and warblers and thrushes and wagtails and chats. Next came the animals. They skipped and swung and sauntered to make their homes in the many tree place. There were buffaloes and deers and rabbits and gibbons and elephants and tigers and rhinos. Finally, there came the snakes. They slithered and swayed and chased in to cool themselves in the shade of Jadav's trees. When Jadav saw the snakes, he sat down and cried happily. He was so happy that he wasn't even afraid of getting bitten. Jadav's tree place had filled with feathers and beaks and wings, with claws and tails and fangs. There were spots and splashes, stripes and flashes, and green everywhere. The tree place was a forest at last, and Jadav was a happy man. Then Jadav had another thought. Many trees in one place is good, I know. But how wonderful it will be if there were many trees in every place. So he grabbed his bags of seeds and started walking across the world. As he walked, Jadav started planting the trees in all the non-tree places he saw. And he planted and planted and planted. But there are so many no-tree places in the world. There are more no-tree places and then the tree places now. This is terribly sad. But Jadav does not sit and cry this time. Jadav plants and plants and plants some more. It's going to be a hard work bringing all the forests back. The seas have begun rising and the winds grow cold. Towns have become cities and Jadav is growing old. But he keeps on planting and planting and planting. Jadav will keep on planting until the whole world is a happy, lovely, lots of tree place. Thank you.